Well, good evening and welcome. You are watching Profit 360 and we are going to news that's just coming in. Well, an Air India Express flying from Trichy to Sharjah has faced hydraulic failure after takeoff. Now, the Trichy airport has declared an emergency. 144 passengers are currently on board. This is news that we are just getting right now. We are given to understand that the aircraft is being told to around in the airspace to decrease the fuel capacity. News coming in also suggests that the flight will attempt a belly landing at the Trichy airport after the fuel is reduced. Now, this aircraft is currently in the air is what we know. There was a hydraulic failure right after takeoff and an emergency has been declared at the Trichy airport. Emergency services are on ground at the Trichy airport to try and make sure that there is a safe landing. Let's go across to Aditya, who has more details on what this is. Aditya, please tell us what's happening at the Trichy airport. We're given to understand that the flight is still in air and is attempting to reduce as much fuel as it can.
Exactly, Nupur. So basically what has happened is that this aircraft basically took nearly 2 hours ago from Trichy airport and it was going towards Sharjah. But right after the takeoff, there was a technical emergency that was sounded, which basically was because of the hydraulic failure of the landing gear. Now, let me tell the viewers that what exactly it means when you say that aircraft is going to attempt a belly landing. In a situation where the landing gear is partially or partially open or not opened at all, then the aircraft has to attempt a belly landing with that partially opened or not opened landing gear. Now, what happens in this situation is that, as my sources are telling me, is that it's a very risky situation wherein this aircraft, as our report suggests, that has 140 passengers on board, and now it's going around over the Tiruchirappalli airport towards the south of Tiruchirappalli airport to burn the fuel. Now, this is basic technicality wherein an aircraft has to reduce the weight of the fuel in order to attempt a belly landing, because it's good enough. It's good to keep the weight as less as possible during the belly landing procedure, because the aircraft, as light as possible, aircraft would be easier to be controlled in a situation of belly landing. And as I'm given to understand from my sources, Trichy airstrip is not big enough to be able to accommodate a belly landing in a fully loaded aircraft. Now, it is to be seen that how the airport authorities are going to handle this, because the security has been beefed up, ambulance has been mobilized, and all the procedures at the airport for the emergency has been set up. Now, we'll have to wait and watch that what exactly happens in some time when the aircraft will attempt landing at the Trichy airstrip. Back to you, Nipo.
All right. So as Aditya is pointing out, of course, we are at this point in time getting information that there is emergency vehicles who are parked on the runway to make sure that everybody is safe in the case of an emergency landing. Now, Aditya, we are given to understand that there was an hydraulic failure in Trichy that led to this situation. Can you give us more details in terms of the kind of emergency measures that have been put in place there?
So, basically, when you say hydraulic failure, so let me make it very easy to understand for the viewers that when a hydraulic failure happens, the landing gear in the question is either partially or fully partially open or fully closed. Now, we do not know as of now that what is the situation with this aircraft, which has taken off from Trichy 2 hours ago, was going towards Sharjah. But we clearly know that when the aircraft will attempt belly landing, there will be clear-cut damage to the aircraft, as well as there is a possibility of damage to the runway. Hence, all the emergency services has been sounded. Ambulances have been placed near the airstrip. All the emergency procedure at the airport has been put in place, and the airport right now is shut for any other activity. And Tiruchirappalli airport is trying to handle this emergency landing right now.
All right. So as Aditya is pointing out, of course, we are told that this flight with 144 passengers on board is attempting to now make an emergency landing. We don't know the exact time frame when this landing will take place, but we are told that emergency services have been pressed into action, and all other landings and takeoffs from the Trichy airport have now been suspended. So there is an emergency in a sense that is in place at the Trichy airport. This flight is expected to make a landing after it is able to lower the fuel load, and that, as Aditya is pointing out, is something that is done to ensure that this is a safer landing. 144 passengers on board with some crew members is what we are told, Aditya.
Yeah, exactly, Nupur. And also, let me point out that this aircraft is basically a Boeing 737 aircraft. Now, 78 Boeing aircraft, and now we need to understand that at the Tiruchi airport, when this aircraft lands, there will be a lot of emergency protocol which will be put in place, because of which the normal functioning of airport will get hindered. And as my sources are telling me that this landing will definitely be could be a life-threatening situation as well, because the aircraft will basically try to attempt landing without the landing gear fully open. So the crew members in the aircraft, the passengers in the aircraft, everybody will be I'm sure the aircraft and the airline authorities will brief them accordingly, and the aircraft and the airport has also been put in a situation of high alert right now.